Okay, let's just get into it. Going live. Okay. First and foremost, before I can say anything, sorry for being so late. Got wrapped up in some other stuff. But now I'm here, now we're live, we're all good. Still putting something out. Unfortunately, my Steam account is being a butt, which means, well, means a couple of things, but the biggest one is my avatar will not be usable today. So there's that. Well. There's a few ideas I was going to do, but looks like they are not currently doable, especially with Steam being a butt. There we go, I finally got it to close. So instead, I think we are going to be revisiting an old friend by the name of ChatGPT. On that note, let's just get into it. Don't want to, take up too much time. Experimenting with different layouts. Yeah. Probably not the best time for that. So let's... Okay. Brain needs to just catch up. Hello, ChatGPT, and welcome to another stream. Today's stream is running a little late. I'll be more honest, it's running kinda late. So here's hoping for a smooth for a relaxing time, I guess. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say in response. Hello and welcome to the stream. It's never too late to have a great time. Couldn't have worded better myself. Let's make the most of this relaxing session. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss, feel free to share them and I'll do my best to assist. Enjoy the stream. Thank you, ChatGPT. You always know how to fill in the space better than I do. So if you are here watching this live, please do leave something in chat to let me know, whether that be complaining about the audio or just something for ChatGPT or whatever. I'd be happy to hear from you. Okay. Let's see. How have we introduced so far in our Pokemon world? Lilith, Kane, Lavender, and Lilith, Kane, Lavender, and I believe Redwood. Let me take a look at my website. The link to this website, by the way, is in the description down below, where I try and keep, I do need to update it, but I tried and keep this record of how it's going. So, Have I given ChatGPT a description of Jacob yet? I don't think so. Either Jacob or the power couple of Samuel and Elsie. Let's go Samuel and Elsie, I think. Or... well, let's stick with the characters we've already given them and think of some like story beats. Can you come up with some story beats in a Fakemon game? That might be too specific. In a Pokemon game. I already have the word game in there. That players would experience, including the stories you have already written with the let's see, experience involving the character let's start with the professors. We'll start with Professor Redwood. Professor Redwood, including the stories you have already written in the past. Why is this redlined? There we go. Let's just make sure everything's spelled correctly. Some important story beats to include would be the player receiving their first Pokemon and the Pokédex or that Pokemon in the Pokédex. Let's see. Seeing Redwood out in the world doing research. And I want one more important story beat to help guide ChatGPT. Okay, and Redwood making some kind of request of the player to help with his research. Control-C. X. Don't be too specific. Just cover the general story beats. Let's go. And I think we'll do this with all 4 of the characters we've already given them. Okay. Meeting Professor Redwood. Early in the game, player encounters Redwood, who is renowned for his research in physiology and health. This meeting occurs at a Pokemon research facility, where the player learns about Redwood's reputation. Makes sense. As the player begins their journey, they are directed to his lab to receive their first Pokemon. Okay, so like, they meet him, then they go home, and then they're redirected back to the lab to get their first Pokemon. Includes the first companion and officially embarks on our adventure. Trusts the player with a high-tech device known as a Pokédex. Serves as an essential tool. Yeah. Encounters in the field. Throughout the game, they encounter him conducting field research. These encounters offer insights into the world of Pokemon and provide background information about the creatures the player encounters. Assisting in research. At key points of the game, may request the player's help in gathering data or observing specific Pokemon behaviors. These tasks are tied to the game's main storyline. Encourage the player to explore various locations and learn about different Pokemon. Expanding the player's role is interesting. Let's see. As this is Spatial Professor Road deepens. Trusted with more significant research assignments, connecting the player's journey to the overarching narrative of the game. Okay. I think that it was a mistake to add don't be too specific. Okay. Again, but you can be a little more specific and include at least several more story beats. More specific and include at least several more story beats. Give enough detail to get a sense of the overall get a sense of an overall story arc involving this character. Okay, that looks like it'll be enough. Okay. 1. Meeting Professor Redwood. Begins their journey in a small town. Learns about him. Set his lab there. Player is directed to his lab to select their first Pokemon and receive the Pokedex. Great! Putting those two together makes much more sense. Make sure it helps to make sure that the rest of these story beats are more. It means that the additional story beats are going to be more different or significant. His reputation is known for his groundbreaking research in health and physiology. Reputation for conducting field studies to understand Pokemon and natural habits, which has contributed to the sense of community. Okay, so that's just a thing that the player discovers. Because I imagine that not, like, in the Pokemon games, you're playing as a 12-year-old. What are the odds that a 12-year-old actually knows that about someone? So it makes more sense that you learn that after you meet him. Early in the game, assist Professor Redwood in a field research expedition to study a rare Pokemon species known for its mysterious abilities. That's cool. That's where they get their first Pokemon battle. makes sense. That's probably where you meet your rival. Learns about the important bond between trainers and Pokemon. They encounter Professor Redwood's academic rival, Professor Ivy. This is a no. Approach Pokemon research and enhancing Pokemon abilities. Will focus on their well-being. So, we would not include that one, since we've already gotten our 2 characters. Helping Redwood's research. Occasionally ask the player to collect data on Pokemon habitats, documenting their behaviors, and assist in rescue operations when needed. These tasks tie into the game's main storyline, revealing more about the Pokemon world. Make a significant discovery together. Revelation sheds light on a hidden aspect of the game's world, leading to breakthrough in Pokemon research. You must decide whether to support Redwood's approach to maintaining well-balanced or joining Professor. No. Professor's legacy. Towards the game conclusion, the game is entrusted with the final mission to complete the Pokedex, reflects on his life's work, and shares his hopes with the player to carry on his legacy of ethical Pokemon research. Culmination. Encounters a rare and powerful Pokemon whose well-being is threatened. Farewell. Expressing his pride in the player's accomplishments and the impact they've had on Pokemon research. Players officially recognized as a renowned Pokemon researcher. No, because I don't want to force players to be a researcher there. You know, they're still going through the Pokemon adventure. Okay. This is great, but replace the but rewrite the story beats involving this Professor Ivy to instead relate to Professor Lavender. Okay. Also, the player is not going to become a researcher, just someone who helps with research while they are on their own path, I guess. I don't know how better to word that. This professor instead relates to Professor Lavender. Okay. So let's see. Professor Redwood is pretty much going to be the same. Reputation is going to be the same. Field Research Expedition. Her assistant in Field Research Expedition to study your Pokemon. Okay. Research Rivals. They encounter his academic rival, Professor Lavender, has a contrasting approach, emphasizing no. Scurry, because her balance. Change the story beats involving Professor Lavender because Lavender's research is not about enhancing Pokemon's abilities, but rather on the mental and emotional well-being of Pokemon. Okay. Redwood doesn't really see Lavender as a rival, though there is a kind of rivalry. Rivalry. Born from the difference in support the two fields receive, or the two professors receive. For their work. Let's see how it changes it. I just want to get the story beats to be like along the vein that I'm looking for. Then we can move on. Okay, Professor's reputation would be the same. A field research expedition should be the same. Differing approaches. As the journey progresses, they learn about Professor Lavender, a fellow researcher who focuses on the mental and emotional well-being of Pokemon. Professor Lavender and Redwood have different approaches to their research. A subtle rivalry arises from the varying support they receive from the scientific community. That's more accurate. Helping Redwood's research occasionally asks the player to collect data on Pokemon habitats, documenting their behaviors, and assist in rescue operations when needed. Perfect. Beautiful. Exactly the amount of detail I needed. These tasks tie into the game's main storyline, revealing more about the Pokemon world, a new discovery. Okay, revelation sheds light on a hidden aspect of the Pokemon world, impacting both Redwood and Lavender's research. Like that. Professor's legacy. Who's entrusted with the final mission to complete the Pokedex, reflects on his life's work, and shares his hopes for the player to carry on his legacy of ethical Pokemon research. That's fine. Culmination. In the game's climax, the player encounters a rare and powerful Pokemon whose emotion and mental health is threatened. Players' choices throughout the game, either supporting Redwood or Lavender's philosophy, impact the outcome of this encounter. That's interesting, because I do have two different legendaries in mind. That could be a much more interesting way of determining which legendary you encounter. Not based on which game you're playing, but based on whose research you are more you furthermore. The game concludes them expressing his pride and players' accomplishments and the impact they've had on Pokemon research. Players recognized as a skilled trainer has made significant contributions to the research while continuing their personal Pokemon journey. This revised story arc maintains difference in research approaches and emphasizes their choice supporting one of these philosophies. I love that. Okay. Going up to this. Oops. Okay. Control C. This is perfect. Now, can you come up with some story beats in this Pokemon game that plays with experience involving the character Professor Lavender? Including inspiration from the stories you have already written in the past. Some important story beats to include are, let's see, fighting Lavender on the first, not on the first time, but for the first time. Time. Some of the ways players help her with her research, discovering she is a commander for Team Forsaken during one of their criminal activities. Multiple instances of fighting her of Lavender working for Team Forsaken against her will, and the player eventually helping her get free of their influence. Lavender is a much more important character to me, so it's much more important to me that these story beats follow the overarching idea that I have. Okay. Meeting Professor Lavender, where she studies mental and emotional well-being, shares a passion for understanding. So I imagine this is shortly after meeting Redwood. Let's see, mental well-being Pokemon. She shares her passion for understanding the psychological aspects of Pokemon, and her lab is filled with research notes and experiments related to their emotional states. Is asked to help her. This involves tasks like observing Pokemon interactions, collecting data on their behavior, and assisting in experiments to understand how they cope with various challenges. Suspicious activity. They may notice some unusual activities in the region, including a rise in the appearance of wild Psychic-type Pokemon. Okay, I kind of like that, where it's like Psychic-type Pokemon are already there, but they're not that common, but there's a unnatural increase in the number of Psychic-type Pokemon. Maybe even some new Psychic-type Pokemon that are never before seen just popping up. Professor Lavender's research focuses on this phenomenon, and she becomes more engrossed in her work as these occurrences continue. Revelation of Team Forsaken. As the game progresses, the player discovers evidence suggesting that Professor Lavender is involved with the mysterious organization Team Forsaken. They come across Team Forsaken's activities and, during an investigation, witness her reluctantly assisting them in their criminal activities. Okay. Rescue mission. Player learns that Professor Lavender is working for Team Forsaken against her will due to the previous agreement made to secure funding for her research. To uncover the truth and help her, the player embarks on a series of missions to gather evidence about Team Forsaken's activities and their hold over Lavender. Confrontation. The player confronts Lavender with their findings, and she reluctantly admits to her association with Team Forsaken. She reveals her desperation to continue her research and the compromising position she's found herself in. Freeing Lavender. The player, along with the help of trusted allies, devises a plan to free Lavender from Team Forsaken's influence. This may involve a high-stakes mission to thwart one of Team Forsaken's major operations, weakening their hold over Lavender. a new path. After being freed from Team Forsaken's influence, she resolves to use her research for the betterment of Pokemon and to make amends for her past actions. Joins forces with the player, contributing her expertise to assist in the player's journey to uncover the mysteries of the Pokemon world. A shared mission. Professor Lavender and the player become allies, working together to study the emotional and mental well-being of Pokemon and how it's affected by their interactions with humans. Together, they aim to create a better future for both Pokemon and trainers. First try, perfectly, beautifully written, exactly the kind of story beats I'm looking for. Okay. Exactly the kind of story I was looking for. Now, can you come up with story beats in the Pokemon game? In this Pokemon game, players have experience involving the character. Let's see. Do I do Kane next, or should I do Lilith? I'll go with Lilith. I'll save Kane for last. Character Commander Lilith. Okay. Beats to include are the first encounter about halfway through the game. Let's see. Watching her command a large force of grunts I kind of want her to give a speech. Overhearing a meeting with the leader Kane. I kind of want one more thing. I guess, and their final encounter before beating Kane for the last time. Or defeating rather than beating. Okay. First encounter. About halfway through the game, they first encounter Commander Lilith during a confrontation with Team Forsaken Grunts. Commander commanding presence and powerful Psych-type Pokemon make her a formidable adversary. Okay. Player is unable to defeat her at this point, and she narrowly escapes. Okay, I like that. The implication here is that you actually don't even battle her, because in the Pokemon games, you always battle the commanders and you always win. So this is like, you battle someone else, and then someone some partner of yours might go against her, maybe the rival. So even if you win, she defeats the rival, and it'll be like, oh, we bought enough time for our goals, and then she leaves. I do actually like that. As the player continues to thwart Team Forsaken's operations, they witness Commander Lilith leading a significant force of Team Forsaken grunts. This encounter highlights her tactical prowess and her ability to control and mobilize her underlings effectively. Right. Inspirational speech. At a critical moment, the player overhears Commander Lilith delivering a speech to Team Forsaken grunts. She emphasizes the importance of their mission and the significance of achieving Team Forsaken's goals, portraying herself as a strong and charismatic leader. Her speech motivates the grunts to redouble their efforts. Okay. Meeting with Leader Kane. The player, through careful exploration and investigation, overhears a secretive meeting between Lilith and Team Forsaken's leader Kane. During this meeting, it becomes clear that while Lilith is committed to Team Forsaken goals, she is also conflicted about the methods they employ. No. What's the scientific meaning? Your motivations for joining Team Forsaken. Final encounter. In the climax of the game, the player confronts Lilith for the last time at the Fate Pokemon Hanging World. The battle is intense. The player must strategize and maneuver her Psychic-type Pokemon. Her internal conflict, especially regret for the actions taken. Okay. This is great, but rewrite the final 2 story beats so that she does not regret anything. She is fully loyal to Kane. Wishing only to see him return to his old, confident, powerful self. Okay. Player, through careful exploration, overhears secret meeting between Lilith and Forsaken's leader. During this meeting, Kim's clear that Commander Lilith is wholeheartedly devoted to their goals, expressing unwavering loyalty. Okay. Final encounter. In the climax of the game, the player confronts Commander Lilith for the last time at the fate of the Pokemon world hanging in the balance. Battle is intense. Must strategize and maneuver Psychic Pokemon. Okay. Awesome. Now we're going to do it one last time in this Pokemon game, involving, so one last time about, okay, about the leader of Team Forsaken, Kane. Include, let's see, inspiration from stories you've already written in the past. Let's replace Kini with just please, because it's no longer a question. Okay, we are going to say story, to write some story beats to include. To include our Let's see. Watching the fight between Redwood and Lavender and Cain, in which he commands Lavender's Pokemon. So I really liked that story. I'm debating about whether or not I should include the story beat involving the legendaries, since I already have them, but I don't have the details here. I don't want to, like... Right, I feel like it's a little... I don't feel like I'm ready to give ChatGPT the information on the legendaries. So... Let's see... The players first fight against Cain would definitely be an important one. The meeting with Lilith. Cain revealing that Team Forsaken has been undermining the League from within. And okay. Yeah, I will just tell it to not be too specific with this last one. And Cain's and the final encounter where Cain, what's the word I want to use here? Not like revives, but okay, awakens the legendary Pokemon. Who he believes he is destined to command. Okay, awakens the legendary Pokemon who he is destined to command. see. Regardless of what they do for that with that last one, I might just not include it because the game, depending on how much detail they put into that. Okay. Witnessing Redwood versus Kane. Early in the game, player witnesses a climactic battle between Redwood and Kane, the leader of Team Forsaken. During this intense competition, commands a team of Lavender's powerful, not her powerful one, because she only actually has one, showcasing his strategic prowess and determination to achieve his objectives. First battle with Kane. First encounter with Kane occurs as they work to thwart one of Team Forsaken's schemes. Kane proves to be a formidable opponent and a well-balanced team of Pokemon. Despite the player's efforts, Kane narrowly escapes, leaving the player determined to learn more about his motives. Meeting with Lilith. The player encounters Commander Lilith, a trusted member of Team Forsaken, who plays a significant role in furthering his goals. Lilith's presence raises questions about her relationship with Kane and the extent of her loyalty. Okay, that's not really what I meant. I was kind of referring to the meeting up here. But you know what? That works too. Revelation of League undermining. As the player investigates deeper into Team Forsaken's activities, they uncover evidence of the organization's efforts to undermine the Pokemon League from within. Kane, during a critical encounter, reveals that Team Forsaken aims to disrupt the traditional League's structure and establish its control over the Pokemon world. His revelations shake the player's understanding of the Pokemon world's balance. Sure. Final Legendary Confrontation. In the game's climactic showdown, the player faces Kane for the last time. During this encounter, Kane awakens a legendary Pokemon, which he believes he is destined to command. The battle is intense, with Kane's strategies and the power of the legendary Pokemon presenting a formidable challenge. The player must use their skills and knowledge to overcome this final obstacle and thwart Team Forsaken's ambitions. These story beats immerse players in a compelling narrative surrounding Kane, the enigmatic leader of Team Forsaken, and his quest for power and control over the Pokemon world. The players will face escalating challenges and revelations as they work to stop Kane's ambitious plans. Let's actually have one. I'm going to introduce one more character to ChatGPT. Because I do want to do another one of these. So let's just do this. Control C. Where? Oh, I see. I messed up. Why is it not pulling up? Oh, duh, it's this one. Okay. This is perfect. Now I would like you to write a couple story beats for this game involving a new character, Jacob. Did I ever give him a female name? Okay. Commander Jacob, to be more specific. Sure, I'll give them all the information. So yeah, this commander changes depending on the player character's gender. For simplicity, assume the player is male. When the player is male, the commander is Jacob. Okay. Jacob is the newest gym leader. Yeah, is the newest gym leader. Okay, so aside from being a commander, Jacob is also the newest gym leader. Let's see. I don't need this information. Jacob ended up being assigned to the third gym of the region. Let's see. This shouldn't say newest commander, since I think that's actually Lavender. So I'll just get rid of that. He actually joined Forsaken before becoming a gym leader, though no one outside the organization knows about his involvement. Unlike the other commanders, Jacob is rather naive. He is oblivious to the criminal nature of Team Forsaken and only joined so he could be trained by the former champion. Jacob also I think I skipped a thing. To be trained by the former champion, who is Leader Kane. Well, who is Kane? By the former champion, Kane. Jacob views Kane as a sort of mentor. In actuality, Kane dislikes Jacob because he reminds Kane of his own failure against the new champion. Jacob is unaware of Kane's opinion of him. When Jacob was younger, he was the rival and best friend of the current champion, Eliza. Okay. After repeated defeats from, I'll just say from Eliza, Jacob developed a level of insecurity. He can't self-compare himself to his much more successful childhood friend. Jacob also feels insulted by the position as the third gym leader, as he feels Eliza should have given him a more prestigious position. He is harboring resentment towards Eliza, feeling that she had given him a higher position due to their history. Okay. Just replace this. Due to their history. Story beats to include are, let's see, meeting Jacob for the first time outside of the, okay, just meeting him for the first time, battling him as a gym leader, learning of his involvement in Team Forsaken, should be lowercase. Battling him as a commander. Let's see. Jacob coming to terms with Forsaken being the bad guys after Cain revives the legendary. And something to finish his character arc or story arc. That's the end. Okay, this is the most we put in today. Let's see how this goes. First encounter. While challenging him as a gym leader of the region, he is a formidable gym leader known for his expertise. Already there's a problem. Did I not? Okay. You know what? Let's copy this. Is there a way of undoing? Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna read that because it's already got a huge major flaw. Start over with, okay. Do this prompt again, but change a few details. Cain is a ground type specialist with his ace Pokemon being Camerupt. Is it Camerupt? I think that's how it's spelled. Being Camerupt. Okay. Okay. I guess I will read it just so I can know if I need to change anything else. Players may notice his desire to prove himself, but he is unaware of his involvement in Team Forsaken at this stage. Battling him as a gym leader, player faces him in a gym battle, where he showcases impressive side-side battle styles influenced by his experience as a rival to the current champion. He remains focused on proving himself as a strong trainer. Okay. Investigates their activities. They discover evidence suggesting that Jacob is involved with the organization. It is revealed that Jacob, driven by a desire to become stronger, joined Team Forsaken to receive training under the former champion, Cain. His naive nature has kept him unaware of the criminal nature of Team Forsaken. Battling him as a commander in dramatic turn of events, player faces Jacob again, this time as commander of Team Forsaken. Jacob still believes in Cain's mentorship, defends his objectives with his Pokemon. That reveals his ongoing loyalty to Cain, further complicating the player's understanding of the organization. As the game's plot unfolds, the player, alongside Jacob, witnesses Cain's attempt to revive a legendary Pokemon. The awe-inspiring power of this legendary shakes Jacob's naivety, causing him to question his loyalty to Team Forsaken and its leader. In the game's climax, He realizes the true nature of Team Forsaken and its leader. He acknowledges the criminal actions and the harm caused by the organization. Decides to take amends for his involvement, assisting the player in thwarting his ambitions and putting an end to Team Forsaken's criminal activities. Okay, so it's mostly good. Have Jacob defending defending Kane's not like literally defending, but like let's see, defending Kane's treatment of Lavender have Jacob directly apologizing to Lavender at the end. To Lavender for his blind loyalty to Kane at the end. I don't need to put the word directly in there, it'll probably get that, so. Apologizing to Lavender for his blind loyalty to Kane at the end. Okay, let's go again. Okay. Player first encounters Commander Jacob when challenging him as the third gym leader of the region. Jacob is known for his expertise in ground-type Pokemon, with his ace being Camerupt. Players may notice his desire to prove himself, but he is unaware of his involvement with Team Forsaken at this stage. Battling him as a gym leader. The player faces him in a gym battle where he showcases his impressive ground-type Pokemon team. Battle style is influenced by his rivalry and friendship with the current champion, Eliza. He remains focused on proving himself as a strong trainer. As the player investigates Team Forsaken's activities, they discover evidence to suggest that Jacob is involved with the organization. It is revealed that Jacob, driven by a desire to become stronger, joined Team Forsaken to receive training under the former champion Kane. His naive nature has kept him unaware of the criminal nature of Team Forsaken. Defending Kane's treatment of Lavender. In a critical moment, Jacob defends Kane's treatment of Lavender, believing that Team Forsaken's goals are for the greater good. He stands by his mentor, Kane, and shows unwavering loyalty, further complicating the player's understanding of the organization. Battling Jacob as a commander. In a dramatic turn of events, the player faces Jacob again, but as a commander. In a dramatic turn of events, the player faces Jacob again, but this time as a commander of Team Forsaken. Jacob, still believing in Kane's mentorship, defends Team Forsaken's objectives with his ground-type Pokemon. The battle reveals his ongoing loyalty to Kane and his conviction that they are doing what's necessary. Jacob's Awakening. As the game's plot unfolds, the player, along with Jacob, witnesses Kane's attempt to revive a legendary... The legendary Pokemon is not ground-type, but it's small enough detail. The awe-inspiring power of this legendary shakes Jacob's naivety, causing him to question his loyalty to Team Forsaken and its leader. Jacob's Apology. In the game's climax, Jacob realizes the true nature of Team Forsaken and its leader, Kane. He acknowledges the criminal actions and the harm caused by the organization, including their treatment of Lavender. Jacob apologizes to Lavender for his blind loyalty to Kane and the pain it may have caused. He decides to make amends for his involvement, assisting the player in thwarting Kane's ambitions and putting an end to Team Forsaken's criminal activities. Perfect. This does everything I could have ever wanted it to. Although now I kind of want... Yeah. These are perfect in every way. Could you now write a story, or how did I word it before when I was doing it? I'm gonna have to scroll up a while because this is old. Let's see. You write it. Write the interaction. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Write the story beat, or can you now write the beat of his defending Kane's actions as a short narrative. I would like for Kane, Jacob, the player character, Lavender, now this is too many people, I think. Kane, Jacob, nah, just those four. And Lavender to all be present. You know what? And Redwood. I think Redwood should also be there. Redwood and Lavender to all be present. Redwood should be calling Kane out for the suffering he has caused, demanding that Lavender be allowed to leave Forsaken's employment or to leave just Team Forsaken. Prompting Jacob's prompting Jacob to defend Kane's honor. Let's see. Cain should be disinterested in the whole affair and even leave the scene while Jacob is talking. This is perfect in every way. Let's see. Okay. This will probably be the last thing I do today. Here is the short narrative depicting the scene where Jacob defends Cain's actions as requested. Let me clear my throat. I want to do this justice. The atmosphere grew tense as the group gathered in a dimly lit chamber within Team Forsaken's hideout. Professor Redwood, his face etched with anger, pointed an accusatory finger at the organization's leader, Cain. Lavender stood by Redwood's side, a weary look in her eyes as she clutched her loyal Chansey. "You have caused untold suffering, Cain," Redwood seethed. "It's time to end this madness. Let Lavender go. Let her be free." Lavender's eyes welled with tears as she looked from Redwood to Cain, silently pleading for her release. Cain, wearing a stoic expression, seems disinterested in the whole affair. With a dismissive wave, he turned to leave the scene. But before he could make his exit, Commander Jacob stood forward. His voice, tinged with loyalty and reverence, broke the tense silence. "Professor Redwood," Jacob began, his tone resolute, "I can't allow you to disrespect Cain like this. He's been our mentor, guiding us towards greatness. Team Forsaken is our path to strength and power." Lavender stared at Jacob, disbelief in her eyes. Here's a problem. He is not her closest friend from childhood. Lavender stared at Jacob, disbelief in her eyes. I will. Redwood, clearly frustrated, retorted, "Strength and power at what cost, Jacob? You've seen the suffering Lavender's been through. Is this really the path to greatness you want?" Jacob's expression remained unwavering as he spoke with conviction. "It's a path I've chosen, and I stand by it. We all do." With those words, Cain continued his departure, leaving the chamber and the heated exchange behind. The room fell into an uneasy silence as the weight of their choices hung heavy in the air. This is so well done. Unfortunately, I am out of time for today. Could you say goodbye to the viewers at home before I end today's stream? Okay. Of course. Goodbye to all the viewers at home. Thank you for joining the stream today. If you have any more questions or need assistance in the future, don't hesitate to return. Have a fantastic day and see you next time. Thank you, GPT. So now I'm gonna just kind of do my thing. Obviously, do the YouTube nonsense, like, subscribe, blah blah blah, or not. Just if you enjoyed it, it means a lot to me. If you saw this live, thank you so very much. If you're watching this after the fact as a VOD, thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I have a hard time believing anyone would want to watch my nonsense. So the fact that there are some people, I can't even begin to express my gratitude. Thank you so very much. Join the Discord, the link is in the description down below. Right now we have an event going on where you're drawing yourself as your Halloween Sona. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. With that, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.